Hi, I'm Jane Patrick, Creative Director at Schacht Spindle Company, and this is Stephanie Flynn, who is an amazing weaver and teacher, and she's our sales associate or sales specialist here at Schacht.
Yeah, thank you, Jane. We're here today, we're going to talk to you a little bit about the Baby Wolf Loom and why we love it.
Yes, the Baby Wolf is Stephanie's and my favorite loom, and there's a reason for this. It's very simple to use. It has a good weaving width of 26 inches. It has all these accessories that just help make things convenient and make your loom easy to take along. So you have the trap that comes off and on. You have the high castle tray, which you can put on, order with your loom, and then put it on with it or order it later. You can have a stroller, which makes it super easy to take your loom in and out the house or wherever you're going.
Yes, super sturdy, yet portable. Jane didn't mention the double back beam that you can also get with the loom. Many of these accessories, one of the things we'd like to point out is that it's really nice to order all of the accessories that you think you might want with the loom when you order the loom, because the wood does age and get this nice honey patina. And you can see here and on the high castle tray on the trap that the wood is much lighter. It's a much more blonde color, and then it will age into this beautiful honey color. So if you want everything to match,
yes,
then
that's important to you.
we always suggest that you order the accessories when you order the loom.
The other thing you can get with your loom is a sectional beam, and that's something you can order later. It's leaves that you screw in to your existing beam. So you don't have to get a whole nother beam. It's just an attachment to your existing beam. The other thing that is so great about the Baby Wolf, and I think that's why both Stephanie and I like it so much, is that it's so easy to use. It has simple tie-ups. It's just a cord in a slot with a button, so you're just sliding those cords in there. And then we have something called the treadle aid. And sometimes people don't know what that is, but the treadle aid is your friend, because if you are weaving with 8 shafts and you have, say, 6 or 7 shafts tied up, because the shafts are somewhat lightweight, that single or double, those 2 shafts want to go along for the ride. So if you hook them up to the treadle aid, it's going to keep all your treadles down and not go up when you don't want them to go up.
The other thing that I really like is I really like to have, we've got these spring-loaded handlebar hooks, and it makes just opening that up and taking out the handlebar very easy so that you can slide your heddles around. I have people ask often when they call if they have a lot of heddles on, if they have to take their heddles off if they want to weave the full width. And I always just recommend that people intersperse their heddles while they are threading. And that's on the shafts that you're threading and on any empty shafts that you're not threading. What that does is that just helps to distribute the weight, and it also gives you that full weaving width inside the harness.
Yeah, good point. The other thing that I like about this loom is the ratchet gear, really simple to use, and then we have a cable on the back which also allows you to have constant tension. So you don't have to go into a gear in the back, a ratchet gear. You just have that constant tension that makes it really possible to get a good, even, tight tension on your weaving.
So one of the things that I also love about this loom are the options that it comes in. You can order this loom in a 4 shaft, a 4 now, 4 later, which is 4 shafts that come with the loom and 4 open shafts so that you can put the 4 more harnesses in later, and the 8 shaft. So we talked a little bit before about everything matching. If you order a 4 now, 4 later, and then later on you decide to order the 4 later kit, those harnesses are not going to be the same color. So if that's something that you think might bother you, it's something to consider. The other thing to also consider is that I have found in my years of sales that within about the first year, people who order the 4 now, 4 later also order the 4 later kit, meaning to complete that loom to be an 8 shaft loom. And that ends up costing you a little bit more money, but that is always an option.
The other thing we should mention, when you order a 4 now, 4 later loom, you get a little extra with it. You get all the treadles and all the heddles. So you get all that up front, and then when you order the 4 later kit, it's just the jack lamb assemblies and the harnesses that are in that kit that you get. We should mention that if you order a 4 shaft, which is, you can weave your whole life on a 4 shaft and do tons of patterns, it's just fine. But sometimes people want 8 now, and you cannot turn a 4 shaft loom into an 8 shaft loom. So if you think you might want 8 shaft weaving but don't want to spend all the money at this point for the 8 shaft, go for the 4 now, 4 later.
We also, if this isn't the right size, the Baby Wolf is a 26-inch wide weaving width. We also have 2 other looms in the Wolf line. We have the Wolf Pup, and we have 2 models of that loom. We have the Wolf Pup LT, which LT stands for lambs and treadles, and we have the 810 Wolf Pup, and that stands for 8 shafts and 10 treadles. That's an 18-inch wide weaving width. Sometimes people really like that for going to workshops. The Mighty Wolf is a loom that actually comes with the high castle built into the castle, so it's not an addition as far as an accessory goes. That is a 36-inch wide weaving width. All of these looms fold up and are very portable and very sturdy. So if you do decide that you want to take them outside to weave, or you want to take it to a workshop, they're a good sturdy loom. Everything that we make here is finished to a furniture grade quality, meaning that every part that you touch is very smooth. That's the underside, and quality control is pretty tight here.
Mm-hmm. We use a Danish oil clear finish, so every piece that you see on your loom has been dipped in an oil, hand wiped, and then dried before they assemble the parts.
Yeah, and on our website, schachtspindle.com, you can go to the looms section, click on any one of the loom models. If you have questions, a lot of times just looking at the manual helps answer a lot of the questions that you might have as to how hard is this going to be to set up once it's shipped to me. So the answer to that question I love, because it's so easy. You will pull it out of the box, and there are only a couple things that you need to do. We ship it with the front beam, the breast beam flipped around, so you have to flip this around. You will put on your tie-ups, and you'll put on your heddles.
And your apron cords.
And apron cords, and you're ready to weave.
Go to your local dealer. You can always call us up, give it a try, and try for yourself to see how the Baby Wolf weaves. All right, thanks for listening, and happy weaving.
Thanks.